Hello everybody, and welcome to Game 2 in this Best of 5 series. I am your host, Big Blue Firebat, and this is going to be a game between DongRaeGu playing for Team MVP, spawning here as the Red Zerg, and his opponent, once again, ThorZaIN. ThorZaIN, a Swedish player, an excellent Terran player, known for his slow, methodical, defensive style of play. He loves the macro game, he loves crushing his opponents with siege tanks, with Marines, with good positioning, and just starving them out of resources. DongRaeGu, for his part, is an excellent Zerg player. He is one of the best players on the Korean ladder, making him one of the better players in the world, and he is also known for his Terran versus Zerg style of play. He thinks it is his best matchup. He loves his play, and he's got to be feeling good after the last game where he came out with a excellent match with good Mutalisk control, great Zerglings, great Roaches, great Infestors, able to keep ThorZaIN on 2 bases for so long, and finally able to out-expand and out-control and just win the game. This match is going to be on Tal'darim Altar LE. This is one of the more interesting maps in the Blizzard ladder pool. It is a huge map, more of a macro style map. You can see a very easy to take natural here with a relatively easy to take third, and a fairly easy to control area here for that third base. Sure, your opponent can run up this ramp, but if you take control of this center section here, you can actually do very well to hold all 3 bases. It kind of discourages it discourages aggressive play, discourages cheesy play because it's so easy to respawn and control considering the long flight and the long run distances. But if anybody can take down the Zerg player on a macro map, it is going to be ThorZaIN. He's already moving to wall off his center section here. He's not going immediately for this ramp, for this wall off, as some players will do. You can see the defensive style of his game already coming out, already starting to shine, and DongRaeGu was able to send his Overlord in the right direction, so he's going to scout out ThorZaIN's position fairly quickly. He's got his other Overlord sending in the other direction in case he doesn't find it right away. Going for a hatchery first, then he's got his extractor already down, his spawning pool up and running. And it looks like ThorZaIN is actually going to scout in the right direction as well. So both players are going to very quickly find out where their opponents are. And ThorZaIN is setting up his wall off. He does not want to see any drones or Zerglings running in to see his tech. And this, I would say that these spawn positions, if anything, favor the Terran player on this map, in this matchup, simply because of this cliff section here. A Terran player can siege up down here with Marines, with Hellions, with siege tanks, and go to town on the top part of this mineral line, these 4 mineral patches, and this all-important Vespian geyser. Remember, Zerg players out there, Vespian gas is your friend. You want to get as much of it as you possibly can. A Zerg player in the late game is not starved for minerals. He is starved for gas because all of Zerg higher tech stuff requires so much gas relative to its mineral costs. Infestors, Mutalisks, Ultralisks, Broodlords, everything needs gas, so get it going as fast as you possibly can. And it looks like we have DongRaeGu getting his Zergling speed, throwing down a couple of Zerglings to scout out the other side of the map, chasing down this SCV, and a couple of Marines trying to take out this Overlord, but he's going to hide in this cliff area. But now we have Zerglings getting attacked by those Marines. 1 Zergling going down, other Zergling almost getting killed now, but now we have 5 Marines chasing these, 5 Zerglings chasing these Marines back to the wall. ThorZaIN realizing he's not going to be able to make it back, doing great starter step micro, doing a lot of damage, not allowing those Zerglings to surround him. And look at that, you saw the Marines just kind of slip through that little gap in the Zergling numbers so that they were not able to get trapped and no surround. And I'm surprised, but ThorZaIN able to take out all those Marines, getting a good value for his Marines against those Zerglings, coming out 50 minerals ahead for the cost. But now we have DongRaeGu droning up, getting his economy game going, while ThorZaIN is still stuck hiding behind his wall off, going for his second command center, planning to take his natural very soon. But DongRaeGu is going to be able to run in with some Zerglings, be aware of what happens when it happens, and we have a reactor going for the barracks factory with the reactor, pumping out Hellions, and this should be interesting start. We're going down 1-1-1 build, coming down for ThorZaIN. We're probably going to see harassment with Hellions, with Marines. Tons of Marines and Hellions coming out. No upgrades for either of them, but it might not matter, as even with these speed Zerglings, enough Hellions and enough Marines can do a ton of damage. And now we have Hellions coming out, taking that watchtower, spotting these Zerglings, and these Zerglings are going to be able to do a little bit poke away at these Hellions, but they are forced to fall back, realizing that they would not be able to take out all of those Zerglings. The Zerglings would not be able to take out all of those Hellions without huge losses, or more likely taking out losing all of his own Zerglings. DongRaeGu taking his 2 extra gases here, moving into lair tech. He's got his Spire up and running, and a great position on this Spire, actually kind of hiding it over here, down in this section here. If a Terran player were to scan a Zerg base, the most likely places to scan are here or here, so it's possible he will force to waste another scan or be playing in the dark about what DongRaeGu is up to. But ThorZaIN, for his part, moving out, he is happy with his Marines, he is happy with his Hellions, and he's even got a medevac here to provide some support. And we're got a drop going down here for ThorZaIN. What is he going to do? He is dropping up into this section up here. He's going to use this cliff where the Zerg player is not able to hang out, and we have Zerglings. I think he spotted that drop, and he's going to move in with his Queens, with his Zerglings, dropping down Marines. But there are Hellions and Marines on the low ground. They're going to be able to roast away any Zerglings that get any closer. And now the Hellions are getting elevated up onto this high ground with the Marines. One Queen goes down, and this is huge. We have Hellions, we have Marines, and we got more Hellions and Marines coming down. And this is quite a sizable force dropped onto this high ground, getting in the back of the base here. And this is going to need some really powerful control from DongRaeGu in order to deal with this. Zergling coming in, trying to get us around, but so many Hellions doing tons of damage. 6 Hellions roasting down all of these Zerglings, and this Queen poking away at the Marines, but with the medevac healing it up. And now we have Hellions in the base of DongRaeGu, and he is mineral pathing through these Hellions, getting a good surround with those drones, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. They're getting roasted away, more Marines getting healed up, and now these Hellions, only 2 Hellions lost, still doing tons of damage. All the Marines go down. These Hellions are all in the red or the yellow, finally roasting away the rest of those Zerglings, and this medevac is going to escape. But DongRaeGu lost 19 drones in that attack. That is huge. That puts him way behind compared to 36 SCVs for ThorZaIN, plus the mules. He is way ahead on the economy, and DongRaeGu is going to need to make a move. He's going to need to get some SCV kills. He's going to have to get back into this game somehow. That was a huge loss for him. And if ThorZaIN is able to follow up with a fairly, even a medium-sized force, he might be able to win the game right here, right now. Even trying to take out this Overlord, which is so far away, almost going to make it away. Hiding off, medevac is spotting it, and the Overlord goes down. That is much more range than I thought the Marines would have. And it looks like DongRaeGu is choosing to produce more Mutalisks. And I gotta say, I agree with this play. Most players, most Zerg players, having lost half of their economy, will choose to drone up as quickly as possible. They want to get their drones back. They want to get back into the game. They want to have an economic recovery going as quickly as they can. But DongRaeGu realizes that if he spends all of his larvae and minerals on drones, he is not going to be able to defend with an army when ThorZaIN pushes out. He knows he needs to put ThorZaIN on the back foot, or at least on the defensive. But ThorZaIN has a missile turret already in his mineral line, another at his production structure. He is well prepared for this attack. We have C-Tanks coming out, and we have this factory getting a little bit of hits, but these Mutalisks are not going to be able to take down anything, and I'm not sure what DongRaeGu is going to be able to do. Not able to push in here, this bunker full of Marines, and able to push everything back. So ThorZaIN reacting perfectly to what he knew would be coming. He knows that DongRaeGu loves these Mutalisks. He played them so well in the last game, and he throws down missile turrets everywhere, all across his mineral lines. And with this number of Marines and missile turrets, he's going to be able to push away these Mutalisks as best they can. The Mutalisks, for their part, are trying to find that sweet spot. They want to find out where the Terran player is not defending. They want to get in, kill the production structures, kill some Marines, kill some SCVs, most importantly of all. And it looks like he's going to go for this refiner, and we'll see if he's able to take it out. No stim pack quite done for the Marines. They have to waddle the way over, and this refinery is not taken down. SCVs pulled off the line to repair it. Marines coming in to protect it. And we have another missile turret coming down, and we have DongRaeGu poking around all across everywhere, taking down that one SCV, so that is nice. Able to kill a few SCVs for his part, which is good, but he needs a lot more. Able to snipe down this one SCV here, building a command center, and this command center is going to be delayed for as long as it takes to get another SCV down here, but these Marines are moving in, able to do a ton of damage, shooing away this pack of Mutalisks from the edge of ThorZaIN's base, and ThorZaIN is everywhere with these Marines. Small little packs, not moving all of his army, but realizing that it really only takes 9 or 10 Marines to cover a ton of Mutalisks, and now we have even more Mutas being produced by DongRaeGu. He is making drones, getting the upgrades now, and he has a decent little wing of Mutalisks right now. Not enough to take out that combat shield, almost stimmed set of Marines, but he doesn't need to. He can run around, fly over this little gap here, and use these Mutalisks to do some damage in the mineral line of ThorZaIN, which is what he needs to do. He realizes that he is still way behind. He has killed almost no SCVs. One supply depot getting sniped along with an SCV, but more Marines are ready to go with a medevac, and it looks like he's going to try to take these down, but the stim pack forcing these Mutalisks to fall away while ThorZaIN goes after these rocks, trying to take it down, and I think that DongRaeGu realizes that he needs to get another base before ThorZaIN gets his third, or else he's going to fall behind even more in the economy game. Already he is at 44, 251 workers, able to make a great amount of workers for the position that he was in. These Mutalisks have paid for themselves, not in terms of minerals, but they have paid for themselves in terms of time. They have stopped ThorZaIN from moving out with the Marines. They have kept him on the defensive, on the back foot. He is playing to his strength. He realizes that ThorZaIN wants to be defensive. He wants to keep him in his base, so he's using those Mutalisks to do so. And sniping down a medevac for free, that is a great little pickup for DongRaeGu, and now he's aware that ThorZaIN is moving out with these Marines, with these siege tanks, and I think he's going to try to set up a siege line after taking out these creep tumors over here. And DongRaeGu is going for the flank. He's going around with the Mutalisks. He has a couple of Zerglings in reserve. He's going to try to take out any Marines that are sent off to deal with the Mutalisks. And this is not going to work out so well for DongRaeGu. He is forced to fall back. Tons of Marines being spread out. A couple of Marines up here to soak up any baneling shots. Still some more creep tumors spreading that creep, but this is going to be a problem for DongRaeGu if he does not take care of this set of siege tanks and Marines that are going to be hanging out on his front door before too long. And you can see another scan going down, taking out these creep tumors. ThorZaIN is definitely putting a high value on those tumors. The more creep that's down there is going to be providing vision and, more importantly, or just as importantly, vision and 30% bonus speed for any ground units running along it. And we have another base coming down for DongRaeGu, but ThorZaIN is already morphing a planetary fortress in at his third base. He is mining like a madman. He is happy over here, and now he is starting to get this siege line set up. But once siege base goes down, great control from DongRaeGu, spotting where the Marines are weak, where they're not hanging out, and he was able to take down one siege tank. And the more siege tanks he can stop, the sooner the longer he can delay this siege line from being set up. And now we have ThorZaIN setting up, like I said, along this cliff. Almost once he can spot onto the high ground, he will be able to shell away at this extractor, just waiting for this medevac to move up. And now we have DongRaeGu moving to the front line with Zerglings, with Mutalisks, but forced to fall back with that because of that bunker and a siege tank in the back. 3 more medevacs coming out. Zerglings are going to get sniped down very quickly. And these Mutalisks are starting to run out of airspace that they can occupy. They are forced to fall back and defend this ramp. He is aware of the fact that there are so many Marines over here because of this one creep tumor still here, but he's able to take out one siege tank, force these Marines to run up onto the hill, and now that the siege tank is defended down here, take that out. And this is huge. Wonderful control from DongRaeGu, killing another siege tank, but running into some stutter-stepping, stimmed up Marines, able to kill a few Mutalisks. The strength of this Mutalisk pack is in its numbers. And if DongRaeGu can keep the Mutalisk numbers up, if he can keep himself around 10, 15, 20 Mutalisks in a pack, he can go in, he can snipe one-hit siege tank, one-hit medevacs, and kill small packs of Marines as they come, preventing the reinforcements, because once ThorZaIN has enough Marines, once he has a critical mass of Marines covering all of his siege tank, there is very little that DongRaeGu is going to be able to do. But he is playing like a champ. Like the Korean pro, he is sniping down another siege tank, making it hard for ThorZaIN to run around, making it hard for him to reinforce, but ThorZaIN is completely set up here in terms of defense. He has missile turrets everywhere, and he is doing really well on the economy game. Look at this, he has his 57 to 54 workers, plus those mules give him a distinct advantage, and he even has another command center coming down to take his 4th base. But we have another siege tank sniped down by DongRaeGu. This is huge. This is really good. He is holding the Terran wave back. He is holding the siege position down. He is preventing ThorZaIN from getting close enough to do the damage that he needs to do. And now he has caught up on the economy game. I think he has got the Banelings down. He's got the Zerglings down. The minute that he senses his weakness, he's going to run all of those Zerglings and Banelings in and try to clear out this position here. He is not worried about the fact that the Terran has this area. He has these Mutalisks, and they have now been broken off. They are looking for the medevac that he spotted just barely, but this medevac is over here riding the lip of the map. It has now been spotted by the Queen, by the creep, and these Mutalisks are rushing to catch up. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to catch up to it before he gets in and does some damage. And at the same time, we have another drop coming down here on the high ground for ThorZaIN, getting completely cleaned up by those Zerglings and those Banelings, and this drop got cleaned up as well by the Mutalisks. That was rough. A completely useless drop play by ThorZaIN, not for lack of trying. I would say it was a great attempt, but DongRaeGu is aware of the map. He's aware of his side, picking up another set of Marines, almost for free. They got a couple hits off on those Mutalisks, but look at that huge wing of Mutalisks. They would do tons of damage. That is 26 Mutalisks flying all over the map. They are so fast, and they are taking a huge advantage of the terrain advantages that are going on here. Now we got another siege tank down in Leon. One siege tank taken down, 2 siege tanks taken down. That is 2 siege tanks not able to make it to the siege sign. And now we got some missile turrets going down, setting up for ThorZaIN. He really wants to set up his siege position here. He wants to take it up, but I would have to say that this is actually a fairly precarious position for him. the number of Marines, while just barely enough to hold off these Mutalisks, is not going to be enough to hold off a wave after wave of Zerglings and Mutalisks and Banelings coming in